Good evening. Welcome to the Strasburg Railroad Haunted Rails and Tales. Eerie local legends. My name is Matt Webb. The author of New Pennsylvania. Tonight, I am your Christian. Anybody who has ever lived or worked in an old place knows that where there is history, there are ghosts. Anytime 2 or 3 people gather together in a historic place, you can bet that they will be joined by at least one spirit from beyond. This is especially true at this time of year, as the old lunar year comes to an end, and the nights grow longer, and the days disappear into shadow, as the veil between the worlds grows thin, and the departed spirits look back into the world they left behind. We, the living, do not need to go in search of the weird and strange. They come looking for us. All we can do is be prepared to arm ourselves with knowledge, to anticipate visitations from beyond the grave. One of the visitations we can expect comes from the Gonda family, the people who took the profits of a lifetime of railroad construction to build the mansion just 1 mile down the road from where we stand now. The Gonda mansion was the reward that Benjamin D. Gonda built for himself after a lifetime of creating railroads, at first with his father and then by himself. He had supervised the construction of the Eddystone Railroad near Philadelphia and the Port Deposit Railroad along the Susquehanna in Maryland. Now, as he entered his 50s and his children were finishing their schooling and starting to go full steam ahead with their own lives, he built a mansion here in Strasburg to enjoy as he coasted into his golden years. He brought with him his wife Mary and his college-aged daughter Evelyn, and let his 3 grown children drop by whenever they were in town. But his only sibling, Miss Anna, was not welcome. Some say it was Mary's fault, a clash of personalities between sisters-in-law. Others say that Anna herself was the problem. At this time, Anna was an unmarried woman well into her middle age. She was not a woman of business or culture or society. Anna was a childlike spirit. Anna was a giggler. She laughed too loud, too often, and too loud, especially at the young men she found appealing. Anna, frankly, was a bit of an embarrassment to her family. So, when they left a temporary housing they had occupied while the mansion was being built, they left Anna behind. From 1905, when the mansion was completed and her brother and sister-in-law moved in, Anna lived alone until she died. She had no regular visitors and no company but the servants. So she spent her days staring at the mansion where her closest kin lived and had chosen to live without him. In this way, her innocent giggles and childlike happiness began to fade away. She stared at the pretty coloured glass arranged at random on the mansion's stucco facade and began to see patterns. These three pieces over here looked like a smiling face, and those over there were a stern frown. Over time, the happy faces became those of her family, and the sad face was hers. Even the building seemed to be rejecting her as she looked out of the window. A decade went by, and then things took an even sharper turn for the worse. On a Saturday afternoon in the spring of 1915, when her big brother Benjamin was having fun working with a car in the mansion's stable, he suddenly began to gasp, struggling for breath. And so he excused himself, walked back to the house, and sat down to catch his breath. By the time his wife Mary came downstairs to see what was happening, he was already dead. After her brother died and was buried in the family plot, things got worse and worse for Hannah. Alienated and lonely, and in her late 50s, she went into a sharp decline. And then, she disappeared. They searched her house. They searched the mansion. They searched the town. And when they dragged the river, they found her lifeless body. Had she died by accident? Had she intended to die? Nobody could say. So they ruled her death an accident and allowed her to be buried in the family plot. But that was not the last time anybody heard from her. Freed from the loneliness and rejection she felt on the earthly plane, she found her ability to laugh again. Her ghostly giggling now echoes quietly in the town she lived in her whole life. You can sometimes hear it in the wind, in the house she lived in, even in the mansion she was banned from in life. It doesn't happen every night. Anna doesn't laugh at just anyone. She remembers enough of her sad life to save her laugh for the people who deserve it. So her laughter reaches out to the kind of men she found appealing in life. Friendly, attractive, kind, but usually single. Who knows when her laugh may show up? It could happen here tonight as we board the train in a moment to travel along the eerie tracks of the historic Strasburg Railroad and hear more tales of history, mystery, and haunting. You may hear her, you may catch her eye on the drive home as you pass the Golden Mansion in town, or as you walk through the shadows of this spooky season. But if you do hear her laugh, don't be afraid. It means she likes you. And it's a special kind of person that can make a ghost smile. Now, please begin to board the train for the trip family. If you should become scared, grab onto only somebody that you came with. Don't be grabbing onto any of the performers or any of the rail staff. And whatever you do, don't grab onto any of the ghosts. They may follow you home.